Anywho, that's just a random tree I planted for some reason. This is the botany tree that I planted for some reason. Looks like a champ. It automatically chops the tree down, and I had to put in an absorption hopper to pick up the stuff. It's not perfect. Random tree, random tree. I don't know why I put these trees here. They're just random trees. All right, this is my. This is actually one of the last things I built. My flower farm, because in Project E, which is one of the last mods, you need EMC, and the flower farm is automatically collecting EMC. So anyway, I wanted a really good way of growing all my flowers without having to build huge farms. So I built this. Everything is slanted because of how you have to look at it. That's a graphical glitch. The potatoes are still there. Just like I've got chests up here. Oop. There's a chest right there. Oop. I don't know why there's a graphical glitch. I think it has something to do with the mod pack. But these machines, again, are for the EMC, which are producing clumped EMC. And the way I've been doing it is because this is so time consuming. Is this machine will take one clump and turn it into 2 clumps. It's just a duplicator, but it's very expensive and takes a long time. I'm like, all right, I did have it going from there back into here. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have it go here and make 2, go here and make 4, go here and make 8, and then go back to the start and start over. Not any faster. EMC. All right. Anyway, yeah, there's potatoes in there. Well, that's the first time I've noticed that. All the, yeah. It's a graphical glitch. I think it's because I have so many entities in this chunk right here. My backpack. I have a cool backpack. It's a big backpack. The cool thing about my backpack is I can smelt in my backpack. It can automatically feed me. I got a crafting table. I can void stuff. I can even use a stone cutter. All from my backpack. I can smelt, feed, craft, all on the fly. It's a good backpack. I like it. Oh, I'm wearing cat ears. Oh, I found some, so I'll put them on. All right. Anyway, yeah, I tried putting absolutely every plant, pretty much anything I could put in a botany pot, and it's all connected to the digital storage system. Anything I could put in a botany pot, you know, Botany, mystical agriculture, trees, fruit trees. I would. I built all the pots first, and then started planting, and I still didn't plant everything. There's a lot of water items that I you know, like I could grow coral. I said, I don't need coral. And of course, this is where I buy all my stuff from. Titan Slayer. He lives at the base of a tree. Oh, this is kind of cool. When I needed to make my my Morgan, which does 586 hearts of damage. In order to craft it, you have to throw it into the Lady of the Lake, story of King Arthur. So you craft one very special sword. You create the lake, then you throw the sword into the lake, and then lightning goes, and then you got to go to the lake, search around the bottom of the lake, and pick up your Morgan. Best sword ever. Okay, this was just my mystical agriculture, create seeds, environmental tech. God, I hate environmental tech. Adorable. Cosplaying Lucifer. Yes. Because you have to build the first one in order to get the items to build the next one. But it needs more items. And you build this one to get the next item, which takes more items to build this one. Which takes more items to build this one. Which takes more items to build this one. Which takes more items that you can only build in the nether. No, excuse me. The end, which needs more items. For the next one, you can only build in the end. So I've got 2 of these in the end, gathering resources. In order to build the final one, which required massive amounts of resources. It took a month, 2 months. It took forever to get all the resources I needed. Anyway, I gotta turn off my my magnet when I come over here. My Botany setup, I really like the compact look of the Botany. I started with the normal flowers, and then I started with just one of the mana pools, and I started with just one of the droppers for coal, and then of course, you know, you have to build your runic altar, your mana infuser, and your botanica brewery, and then of course you have to build your portal to where does it go? I forgot where it goes. You know where it goes, right? Alfine, the Elven. Anyway, as I grew and grew and grew and grew and got bigger, I automated the coal with infinite coal. You know, so I wired it all up to the digital storage. But then I saw, I think it was Captain Sparkles had done this mod pack, and they put cake because evidently cake produces the most mana. So I put the constructors under there to take cake out of my system, produce mana into these mana pools, and all these little sparks, all the sparks goes to this very last one right here, which is a very special dropper. This is for crafting, and I can craft dielectric paste for refined storage. I can craft mana infused string, and I can craft mana diamonds. And now if you'll notice, these are not regular diamonds. I have to use a side gem. Whole nother crafting recipe. This is not just regular string. It's string cheese from rats. So one of the things I love about this pack, they changed all the recipes. and you have to play cross-modded. I love it. Instead of just playing this mod or this mod, you got to play all the mods. Anyway, once it drops the item I want crafted, the advanced item collector sucks it up based off of a filter and then puts it back into the digital storage system. So yeah, that's the whole Botany right there. Now, here's something you probably never noticed about Botany. In the Elven Gateway, have you ever noticed when you walk through, you can throw in your diamonds and you can throw in your iron and you get stuff back? In this particular mod pack, the Elven Gateway is an actual gateway. Welcome to Elfheim, where all your trees are dreamwoods and all your irons are mana infused. I've always been hoping that Botany would actually create the Elven dimension. You could actually set up a whole base right there. There it is. Living wood. Living rock. Bifrost. Other than having the special Botany materials, it's just like any other world. I don't know why I spawned out in the middle of the ocean. Anyway, it's faster to use my my map to teleport. Yeah, I was really impressed. It came in real handy when I needed to craft a whole bunch of Botany stuff. Oh, this little, what is this called? Branch of Yggdrasil. He has the horn of Yggdrasil that, from his head. Here, I gotta clean this out. There's, well, had, all right, you put him next to the pedal apothecary, and his forehead will drip liquid. And his forehead will drip liquid into this horn. And then you use the horn for something. I've already forgot. But I always thought it was kind of a funny look. It's like he just got out of the shower and he's shaking it off. That could just be me. I don't know. Anyway. I needed some rats, so I piled up a whole bunch of garbage. So that when the rats showed up, I could tame them, because I needed them. I needed rats. I needed tamed rats. And I just kept putting chickens in here, because chickens are a good way to get mob eggs. There's a recipe in here where you can do mob eggs. Oh, this was another mythical botany. I had to put like different recipes on here, and they all shot into the center, and it crafted something I can't read. And then, of course, our fight for the Elven Guardian, Elven Guardian. Anyway, what did they drop? Not Dragonstone. Gaia. The Gaia spirits. If you notice, I have a few hundred Gaia spirits. Yeah, that's because I took the DNA of Gaia and he's now working away in a pocket dimension. Okay, and I got my little car here, the Hornet van. Meep, meep. Look at how fast he goes. I'm going to run that cat over. Go, van, go. This is from Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway, I got a Hornet van. I got a Sonic the Hedgehog plane. Come here, cat. Whoa! Blood everywhere. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I thought, speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, that this ring right here was like the portal to the Sonic world. Yeah, this was just a multifaceted structure crafted to create the ring to open the portal. Pain in the butt. I had to put something in here and it add some power, and it was a thing. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, I keep finding these little pixie houses. I'm like, ooh, maybe if I make a little pixie village. Ben just showed up one day, and Ben is one of the poison rats. That's why it's green, not brown or black. And just been wandering around. And Ben goes everywhere. I'll find him in the basement. I'll find him in these huts. I'll find him over by the dragons. I'll find him just about anywhere. But he just wanders around. I was like, hey, Ben. You know, there's a movie called Ben about rats. And I think they made a sequel called Willard. Might have been the other way around. Willard might have came first, but it's about rats. It wasn't until after I named Ben from the horror movie that I realized Ben's a girl. Oh well. Anywho, this was this is kind of a monument to my first trees, because you know how at the beginning of any game you have to chop down a lot of trees. So I grew trees, chopped it down, grew trees, chopped it down, grew trees, chopped it down. And this was the location I kept growing the trees and chopped it down. And there was just a point in the game that you just no longer need trees. So I just kept it. In case you're wondering why there's a second windmill, it's because all I'm doing is producing RF. And it's producing almost 12,000 RF. No, it's producing 30 RF. Woohoo, 30 RF. Love it. All right, anywho, some of my first power, because I needed power, was the create. Next power came the kinetic dynamos. Windmills. And I just put windmills around the whole thing. I needed power. You know this game requires power. Power. Lots and lots of power. Power for everything. Alright, so let's take a tour of the inside.